WOCA, The Source.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. If you are looking at all those people shopping and you are feeling left out because you don't have any money, because you don't have a job, or maybe you don't have a good enough job, then I have one website to tell you about, CareerSourceCLM.com. CLM stands for Citrus, Levy, Marion. Of course, that implies that CareerSource can get you a job in Citrus County, Levy County, Marion County. And Laura Byrnes has been teaching us about this agency for a couple of years now, and to me, it's a win-win for everybody, whether you're the employer or the prospective employee. They do not charge you, and I can't tell you enough. If you need a job, go to CareerSource. I have recommended CareerSource, I can't tell you how many times, to different people, strangers as well as family members. Laura Byrnes, good morning.
Good morning. Happy holidays. We've got Hanukkah kicking off Saturday, Christmas, of course, Sunday. And it's a nice kind of wintry day. First day of winter today, right?
Yes, yeah, 5:45, I think,
right.
This morning it started. Yeah.
Nice and kind of cool, but it's going to be 83 degrees on Christmas.
I know.
Sigh. But right now, this is good, which is great because my husband is out. He's starting his Christmas shopping today, after he changes the oil in his car.
Well, that's not too bad.
So he's off this week, and he'll embark on that very important
Does
thing.
he change the oil himself?
He does, yeah.
See, I used to do that.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to drive up into a place and say, you guys do it.
Don't get me started. But no, I
But see, that's a job for somebody. So
listen,
he'll support the workforce.
He has been Santa's elf for the past month. I don't know if I mentioned last time. He embarked on a little mini kitchen reno, and then Monday I came home. He was repainting the dining room, so now it's all freshly painted and lovely. So when we have our Christmas meal, it's really just wonderful.
How fun.
Of course, I'm way behind on everything Christmas. The tree is almost decorated. I have nothing wrapped. Did you guys like the card I sent you? No, because I haven't sent my card.
I was going to say, I'm sorry, I don't remember it.
So maybe in the new year you'll get a card. I don't know.
I'm horrible at this stuff, though.
I mean, normally it's all done by now, but when you have your house turned upside down with renovations, it's a little hard.
Yes.
But when it's all done and fresh, it's fantastic. So anyway.
It's funny that you're even worried about it. See, I don't have anything done, and I won't. I don't even worry about it.
I'm the queen of Christmas, though. I mean, it's insane
the queen of Christmas.
Queen of Christmas, yeah. That's what my
I love
says.
decorating for
that
Christmas.
should be your book.
My whole house is
Robin.
decorated.
Yeah, Robin. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, my problem is I can't get in the mood really until Thanksgiving is
Christmas
over.
Wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you women. I'm telling you. There would be no Christmas.
Argument from me there.
Yeah.
Absolutely a fact. But hey, segue. Here's something else there's no argument from me on.
Are you going to get into business right now?
Yeah, CareerSource, CLM.
And you had just sent us that email about the jobs and everything.
Yeah,
that was so interesting.
Yeah, okay, so
you posted it.
I was saying, at first glance, you could say the jobs report that came out Friday was a little ho-ho-hum. Mm-hmm. But like Santa, ho-ho, get it? Ho-ho.
This is the journalist in you.
But like Santa,
every once in a while, she surfaces.
But like Santa, it actually delivered some real goodies. So, I mean, okay, so the unemployment rate, which came out Friday, was for November, and it showed that the area of Marion County, Ocala MSA, held steady over the month. So 6% unemployment rate. So that's the ho-ho-hum part. But listen, the number of folks who are unemployed went down. So we have 7,905 people, so under 8,000 unemployed folks locally, and that went down. The number of people with jobs increased by 381 to 124,568. So obviously we had expansion of the labor force. Now there are two kinds of situations that can happen. We can see expansion of the labor force and flip those numbers. So you can grow your labor force by having more people out of work increase in the number of unemployed and a decrease in the number of employed.
So you really have to know
That's a
what you're
bad
looking
thing.
at when you look at the numbers.
We don't like that. That's not a really positive economic indicator. But when you drop the number of unemployed and increase the number of employed and expand your labor force that way, that's a positive sign. Of course, you could also, have increases in both, and you would grow your labor force, and that could be a positive sign. You could decrease your labor force. You could have a drop in the number of unemployed, or it could stay the same. You could have a drop in the number of people with jobs, and you could shrink your labor force. We wouldn't like to see that. So really, we have hit, I like to call it the trifecta. When you drop the number of people who are unemployed and increase the number of people with jobs, growing your labor force that way, that's a very, very positive sign.
And that's a barometer for the community.
It certainly is.
But I always look at the individual who doesn't have a job because he or she is listening to that barometer saying, what does that mean for me?
Well, that means, there are a couple of things. Sometimes when we see an increase in the number of unemployed and we see an increase in the number of employed, what does that tell us? Well, that tells us that more people are confident that they're going to get a job. So maybe they've taken themselves out of the job search game. Maybe they said, there's nothing out there for me. I'm going to stop looking. And so they're not counted as unemployed. If you aren't actively looking for work and ready, willing, and able to work, you're not considered unemployed. You have to be out of a job, but also actively looking for a job. Then you're counted as unemployed, because what is employment but a labor market function? So if you're not looking, Mr. or Ms. Employer can't find you. Right. So when more people come into the labor market who maybe were out, and that could hike up the unemployment rate, unemployment numbers, that's okay too. Yeah. That can be positive. But some of the other really positive things that Santa delivered with that report. Honestly, the number of non-farm employed for the Ocala Metropolitan Statistical Area, and that's the entire county, Marion County, is over 100,000 for the first time, and I can't remember when. It's 101,000. So there's been an increase of 2,100 new jobs from November compared to November 2015 over the year. So that's pretty positive. That's the first time we've seen that. And the second thing, and I don't know, this community, when we're number one or the top five or something, it makes its headline news. For some reason, this just isn't resonating. But listen to me, folks. For the second consecutive month, the Ocala MSA is number one in Florida among all metro areas for manufacturing job growth rate, fastest manufacturing job growth rate. We grew...
That should be a headline.
It should be. We grew over the year 6.5%. And on anybody's book, that is pretty robust. It means 500 new manufacturing jobs over the year. And, we should be doing cartwheels. That's fantastic. Most places are losing manufacturing jobs or staying stagnant. And here we are, number one, 2 months in a row. And I think I've mentioned, and I went back all the way January 2015. So almost 2 years now, we have averaged third fastest in the state.
Do the manufacturing jobs compete with the civil service jobs? Would a deputy, for example, improve his bottom line if he just gave up the whole law enforcement thing and started working for a manufacturer? Is that possible?
Well, it depends what motivates them. I mean, we've talked about the fact that
because you hear about that sector moving out. You hear about
we're seeing pretty good growth in those sectors as well. But really, actually, the sectors that have really been robust, I know that health and education, health services and education also grew at a faster job growth rate than the average for the state, 5.4 or 5.6%. There's certain other sectors that are growing at a faster pace as well. So, I mean, we're not sitting on our hands here. So,
do you work in conjunction with the unemployment office? Because I know years and years ago, when you went to get your unemployment check, you had to list the jobs that you're actively searching for to get off the unemployment arena. Do you do that?
If I could
Are they required to go to CareerSource?
If I could have one workforce development wish for Santa, it would be that people do not continue to associate what we do with the quote-unquote unemployment office. There
Okay.
is no such thing as the unemployment office anymore. It hasn't existed for probably 2 decades. There is what's called the reemployment assistance, and that's where people would turn to submit their unemployment compensation benefits and file their claims. That's not us. We are not empowered to provide any counsel in that regard. That's the Department of Economic Opportunity, and if you have a unemployment benefits claim that you want to file or continue to get, you have to do it through them. You can come into our office and use our computers and do it. And there are certain requirements in Florida that you have to do. For instance, you have to document that you've done 5 active job searches. I think it's per week. In order to qualify to receive your benefit, you have to document that, or you can come into one of the CareerSource centers and do some services. You can attend a workshop or meet with one of our staff, that sort of thing. And there are different things that can satisfy that requirement. So they're we have support services that can help you file your claim, but that is not us. We are not the unemployment office. So that's a separate thing. But you do have to do your job searches.
Yeah.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Sure it does.
That makes sense. You need to.
And if you got to do 5 a week, there's really no reason not to have a job, because that's a lot of jobs per
That's
week.
a lot of job searches, and honestly, if you want to do it effectively, your best bet is to come in and work with us one-on-one, get staff-assisted services, because, it's true, people, maybe at this time of year as well, they're busy or whatever,
Right.
it's like, I'm just going to do it. So they just apply for anything, even if they're not really qualified for it. And that's a frustration for employers who get applications in and they, this person.
Well, that's why
just-
CareerSource serves such a great
You're
purpose.
wonderful.
Right. So please do come in and work with us, because, you do get a benefit. It is not going to replace your paycheck. It's not the same amount as receiving a full paycheck.
That's right.
Right.
Don't
That's right.
you want to work and get a full paycheck
That's
and get
right.
those benefits? Yes, you do. So
Yeah.
And your self-esteem. That's what
Well,
CareerSource is about,
absolutely.
too. Self-esteem.
All right, Laura puts us in touch with employers all year long, and so we're going to take a little break, and this will be, I guess, the Christmas version of this show, right? We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Fog patches and low clouds around on this Wednesday morning. Then clouds will give way to some sun in the afternoon with a high of 68 to 72. Partly to mostly cloudy Wednesday night, lows in the upper 40s to mid to upper 50s. Thursday, intervals of clouds and sun, high 74 to 78. For Friday, times of sun and clouds, maybe a shower near the coast, the high 76 to 80. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
So a recent study found that Alzheimer's patients who took 1 gram of turmeric mixed with food reduced the buildup of plaque in their brains. 57% of unfriendings have nothing to do with anything you've done online. It turns out we get unfriended for something we've done in the real world. Time for some beauty tips, and if you'd like to wake up tomorrow looking younger than you did today, wash your face before bed.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
The entire world watched. They watched each step down the rungs of that small ladder, one after another, and waited with great anticipation for that last step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At that moment, humanity saw the impossible become the possible. And today, the sky is not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
A
young woman contemplating having an abortion is told by society that whether she has her baby or not, it is her choice. The House of One in Faith in Ocala wants to give that young woman a place to live in comfort during her trying time, to help her know that God's love is abundant and that He is not ashamed of her in any way. The House of One in Faith is free and confidential. For more information, call 352-687-8895.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
All right, 10 minutes before 10 o'clock, and we're talking about job opportunities. Laura Byrnes is here from CareerSource Citrus Levy Marion, the website, careersourceclm.com. Write that down, use it, give it to somebody who needs a job. I did just the other day. Joe just said he gave it to some people. To me, it's a wonderful resource.
He heard his name. He heard his name on air.
That's not what I heard.
So,
Well, speaking of jobs,
Merry Christmas, by the way.
Merry Christmas. We have some hiring events next month. Now, we are closed Friday.
Next year.
Next year. That's a whole year. We'll be closed this Friday and on Monday for Christmas. And we're closed New Year's Day, as I think everyone might be. But we do have a couple hiring events scheduled in January so far. We'll probably get more. But on January 10th from 9 to 2 at our Career Center in Ocala, on Top of the World, they've got a variety of positions they're trying to fill: construction superintendent, grounds maintenance, warranty technician, spray technician. I don't know what a warranty technician.
Yeah, really. I was going to ask. I guess you knew.
I don't know. On the next day, January 11th, Wendy's, they from 9 a.m. to noon at our Career Center in Ocala, they're hiring restaurant manager, supervisors, and crew members. And then toward the end of the month, on January 23rd, Sitel, and they've been guests here before, as on Top of the World, from 9 to noon, they're hiring some customer service reps. So that is really great as well. So you'll find those on our events calendar at careersourceclm.com. And something else that's coming up, and I talked about this a bit. Well, I'll circle back to that. First, I want to jump to Talent Center. As hopefully you know, Talent Center is our new affiliate brand in partnership with the College of Central Florida. And what Talent Center does, CareerSource is for everyone. Come one, come all, under one umbrella.
Right.
Talent Center really is for those employers who say, I am looking for someone with a bachelor's degree or master's degree or 20 years experience in upper management, that sort of thing. So Talent Center is for those employers looking for folks with post-secondary degrees, and it's also for those individuals, graduates of students of who are post-secondary, so going to college or getting that extra skill. So we have something called the Refocus and Reconnect Workshop for professionals and graduates. And this is for seasoned professionals in transition and college graduates new to the workforce who want to leverage their degree to gain meaningful employment.
Wow.
And so
Nice.
this workshop, it's a no-cost, half-day workshop, and it helps individuals market their skills to employer job openings and then nail the interview to get the job offer. So we have several of those coming up in January 17th and 18th, February 7th and 8th, also the 21st and 22nd, and in March on the 7th and 8th and the 21st and 22nd. So give our good friend Jerry Flanders, the Talent Center Services Manager, a call at, what is his number? 854-5770, and find out about that. Find out if you can come and use Talent Center Services free of charge, and it's right there at the College of Central Florida in the Enterprise Center.
That's
really
nice.
really good
Laura,
stuff there.
Laura,
Yes, sir.
all of the job fairs and job events, job hiring or hiring events, are they all on the website?
The hiring events are,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
The job fairs are not yet on there.
Okay, okay.
And that excellent segue to the next thing I want to talk about. Those youth career expos that I mentioned last time. We have one on January 12th for the middle school age, and then one on February 2nd for high schoolers. And maybe one of the reasons those aren't on our calendar, these aren't a come one, come all. The students are identified by their counselors or teachers at the school level and are invited to attend. And we're looking at approximately 600 middle schoolers throughout Marion County and the same number for high schoolers.
Wow.
Now, that said, if your child and you think my kid really could benefit from this career expo, I really want them to attend, you can contact us. You can contact your school. Contact your school is best and say, I want little Johnny or Susie or whatever to be invited to go to that. So it's not a closed door, but we have to, I don't want to say limit, but we can't have every single one because, number one, it's during the school day. And we're providing transportation to the schools, and it's at the cultural center at Circle Square Ranch.
Okay.
So they're being bussed out there, lunch is being provided, that sort of thing. So, we can't have every single middle and high schooler there.
So are there businesses that set up at that expo and hire middle school students?
Well, no, the idea for the middle schoolers and then and also for the high school is so there's three components to it. There's the Career Expo, and that's where we have the local employers, and they're going to be in health, manufacturing, IT, and public services, and they are going to engage with the students and share with them what product or service they provide, what they're looking for in employees, and how to get engaged within the industry or with their company. And then they're going to begin that process of recruiting their future talent pipeline. So this is where, and here's why, because we want the students to know what programs are available in the school system right now that will get them on that career pathway to whatever career they're interested in. So that's a huge component of it. Then a second area is industry panel discussions, and this is really where the youth are going to be able to just ask those hard questions. The employers are going to tell them what we're looking for in an employee, what we expect you to be able to do, how can you apply for employment, how can you move up and get promoted, those kinds of things. It's like speed dating. And then the third area, and they'll all cycle around to these soft skills. We're going to be talking about the importance of personal attributes that make individuals stand out from others, as well as supporting the overwhelming comments from employers that they feel today's workforce candidates are lacking in soft skills, communication skills,
wonderful.
teamwork, that kind of thing. So it's a whole full service, and it's going to be a fantastic event. And we are just really excited about it. We're partnering with CEP, Mr. Mom, Mid-Florida Regional Manufacturers Association, the Public School System, Public Education Foundation, and us partnering to put this on. It's going to be fantastic.
Wow, what a
Nice.
great resource. Career Source, can't say enough about it. If you know somebody who needs a job, share the information with them. If you can share the video, that would be helpful. If not, just share the website, careersourceclm.com. And remember, CLM stands for Citrus Levy Marion. You got the whole thing covered. How are the other two counties, by the way? You gave reports on Marion County. How are the other
I did,
two?
because I didn't dive into that for the other ones because you normally just like the Marion County. But Citrus County, they're holding steady as well.
I figured the whole area was probably doing
well. The regional
well.
unemployment rate is still at 6.1%. Citrus County, they're higher than we are. They're at 6.8%. Levy County is month after month is the lowest, and I want to say they're at 5 point something. So they're the lowest, but they have far fewer. Labor force is much smaller. So definitely the Marion County labor market is the more dynamic one in this report. But when you look at it over the year and compare it to where we were 5 years ago when it was 11.4% unemployment.
Wow.
And for Marion County alone, almost 15,000 people out of work, and now it's under 8,000, and we're at 6% unemployment.
That's good news.
That's Slow and steady wins the race.
If the number of shoppers is any indication, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It's looking impressive.
Huge.
Everyone looks great.
Right now you can't because it's early, but it's crowded. Is it crowded out in the parking lot?
It's typically you don't see this. It's been.
Yeah.
I came over yesterday to find something, and
Laura, tell Joe we said Merry Christmas.
will do.
Thank you.
Merry
Have a
Christmas
great
to you.
Christmas.
Thank you, and you as well.
We'll be right back.
From the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The suspect in the Berlin Christmas market attack, we're learning, has been considered a terror threat.
Accounts are now saying that the police are looking for a Tunisian man in his early 20s. Incredibly, they found his identity papers inside the truck used to smash into this Christmas market. He came to Germany last year in that big wave of immigrants. There are even reports that he was trying to get asylum here in Germany, but also he was on a danger watch list.
Fox's Greg Palcott. We're also learning the man whose truck was used to carry out the killings put up a fight against the attacker, who first stabbed him, then shot him to death. President-elect Trump plans to meet with his incoming national security advisor today.
President-elect has also been spending his time here at Mar-a-Lago figuring out how to fill 2 cabinet secretary jobs and 2 other cabinet-level jobs.
Fox's Peter Ducey. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Holiday shopping can be a real hassle. As if dealing with the mall wasn't challenging enough, it's almost impossible to find something people both want and need. I'm David McNeil, owner of WeatherTech, and I have the perfect gift idea this holiday season: WeatherTech floor liners. WeatherTech floor liners are laser measured to perfectly fit and protect the vehicle's carpeting from spills as well as dirt, snow, slush, and salt. And the best part is, WeatherTech floor liners slide right into the footwell of the vehicle, so there's no assembly required. WeatherTech floor liners are made with American pride, right here in the USA, so you know you're getting the highest quality. This year, give the gift of protection with WeatherTech car mats and floor liners, and you won't even have to go to the mall. Find out how you can get WeatherTech protection delivered right to your door by shopping online at WeatherTech.com or calling 1-800-CAR-MATS. Happy holidays!
Today in Florida Ag News from a Southeast Ag Network, USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service in Florida wants to remind agricultural landowners and Indian tribes that applications are being accepted for a wetland reserve easement until January 13 for fiscal year 2017 funding. NRCS provides financial and technical assistance for landowners to purchase and restore wetlands, protect wildlife habitat, and recharge groundwater on their property. Now, there are various options like term easements, and eligible landowners can even enroll in a permanent or 30-year easement. For wetland reserve easements, NRCS pays all costs associated with recording the easement in the local land record office, including recording fees, charges for abstract, survey, and appraisal fees, and title insurance. While WRE applications are accepted on a continuous basis, funding selections are typically made once a year, and this batching period for 2017 funding ends January 13th. To learn more, contact your local NRCS office.
Kubota's new M7 series helps you get the most success out of every acre. With 170 horsepower, unprecedented comfort, and premium performance features. Right now, a Kubota M7 can be yours with 0% financing for up to 84 months and a generous competitive trade-in bonus. The M7 is Kubota's smartest and largest tractor ever. Add one to your year-end checklist. Call toll-free 1-800-794-4992 for details about cost and terms. Power and other specifications are based on various standards or recommended practices.
I've been looking all over the world.
Hey y'all, I'm Josh Turner. Whether you're a hometown girl or a backwoods boy, come to Nashville for the 2017 Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show. You'll see the biggest cattle industry trade show with over 6 acres of displays, plus an exclusive concert with Cowboys Night at the Opry. Mosey on down to Music City, February 1st through the 3rd. Find out more at beefusa.org.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
I want a private pilot's license for Christmas. Only a private pilot's license will do. Don't want anything else. No dinky tinker toy. I want a pilot's license is to play with and enjoy. I want to learn to fly an airplane for Christmas. I don't think Santa Claus will mind. Do you? He thinks it's a great idea. He won't have to use a dirty chimney flue.
Brad, how'd you get in here?
Oh, hey, Dan.
I'm just working on the new commercial.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to make sure that people knew that the best Christmas present was getting their pilot's license.
And not a hippopotamuses?
Well, I thought it was a good idea.
So you thought it was a good idea to butcher a Christmas classic?
Well, not exactly.
Yeah, let's just tell them to go to Ocala Aviation.
Because getting your pilot's license
is the best present ever. Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hi, this is Joe and Patsy Martone.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.
From
WOCA, The Source.